Alright, so this is a bagless Hoover wind tunnel, and it's in need of a cord and a service. There will be a separate video on the service, so if you would like to see that, please find it on my channel or in the description down below. This video, however, is going to be about how to replace a cord on one of these. This was a trash find. Tweakers got to the cord, and as is very common with stuff like this, they lop the cords off for the little bit of copper wire that's inside. It really doesn't yield a whole lot of money, but they do it anyways. The thankful part is at least they leave the rest of the vacuum there and don't destroy it, usually. In order to make this easier on ourselves, we're going to pull the dust cup off, and we're going to pull the handle and wand out and undo this. So in order to get to the power cord to one of these, what you're going to have to do is, it appears that we're going to have to pull this panel off. It looks like it's pretty straightforward. The unfortunate thing is a lot of these newer vacuums aren't really made to be serviced. They're made to be thrown away as soon as they break. They're made pretty cheaply. They work as a vacuum okay. Hoovers are probably the best of the cheaper vacs in my opinion, followed by maybe Bissell. But it really it depends on the model that you're picking up. So all I'm doing is taking these screws out, setting those aside so I don't lose them. That one just does not want to come out. So I don't risk breaking anything. I'm going to see if I can break it down even further. Because again, a lot of this stuff is, once it's broken, it usually breaks because they're just really cheaply made. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and break this whole thing down. I can't find any easy way to get that off without breaking things. And I've already undone this hose, so I'm just going to let that flop out. And of course, I'm probably going to have to pull the bottom plate off too, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and do that. Of course, I am going to have to put all this back together in order to do the next video on it. Just pulling the sole plate off. And we're definitely going to bust my little vacuum out. Because I would really rather not have to deal with that stuff flying around if I can help it. Have to undo the top cover. Go ahead and pull this belt and roller brush off too. And all this is going to have to be cleaned. It is really dirty. One more right there. One more there. Just love how they hide all these damn screws in these, and I could already see the reason why this thing was thrown away, just because it was clogged. Alright, so there it is. beauty covers off. So now we can get to the rest of this. 2 screws here and 2 screws here on the other side. I'll show you guys right here. So we'll just take these out and leave those there. Okay. So now the body's off, so now I've got to pull out these screws. Alright, and of course, there's definitely quite a few more screws in here. 1, 2, 3, there's another one there. Alright, so those are pulled out. That's all there is to that. And of course, we have 2 that are hiding behind there. So yeah, unfortunately, I did have to break this whole thing apart just to get to this. Now, as I said, I could have cheated and just gone through the top and just propped it open, but I would rather do it the correct way so you guys can see the correct way. And then basically go from there. Alright, so as you guys will see, this is a little nub here for the cord, strain relief, and what we're going to have to do is pull the top screw off here, then I can wedge that out of the way, pull the cord out, and we're going to have to cut these. Let's see how easy they made this. So all the white go there, and the black goes to the single wire that's over here. So first what we'll do is, like I said, remove this. There's that. So what we'll do is cut these and cut this probably here. And these have these kind of funky spade connectors which have the little lock on them. So if it's possible, you can always try and get in there and unlock them. So that one goes at the top. That one goes at the bottom. So just so we don't get mismatched, I'll just stick that one there for the time being. So now we have our donor cord, which came off of an old Bissell. And we've got to lop the end off here. But first what we're going to do, just cut these. And then we're going to take the Bissell strain relief, pull that off. So now what we'll do is, here's the old cord. So the white needs to come out a little bit longer. So we'll remove some of the sheath on here. You don't want to make it too long, but you don't want to make it too short. Move that out of the way. But what I like to do first, before I really do too much else, is prep the wires, and then I'll pull the cord back through. So what we'll do the white wire first. We do have some of these to use. Of course, if this doesn't work, I can always just get a normal twisty splice. Okay, that's good. So now just to redo this connector. And we don't really need this. I don't even think this will fit. Yeah, it's not going to fit on there. It's already shielded anyway, so I'm not really too worried about that. Make sure it's nice and tight. There we have that. So what I'm going to do is kind of route everything as best I can. Now they had it with something like this. Connect up the black wire to the switch. There we go. Make sure these are all ran accordingly. In fact, I'm going to have to do this the other way. Okay. And that's why I said to kind of keep this as long as possible, because you do need to have that required amount of slack in order to get everything put back together properly. So there's not too much tightness here, which is good, but we're just going to make sure to run that correctly, make sure all the other wiring's good. Actually, we should take this and put it up here. So now we got to get this air duct, put it back on. Now what I am going to do is push the wire down, cord. I think it's about as far down as it's going to get. So I'm happy with that. It is what it is. Now we just have to put everything back together, and meet you guys at the end of the video. All right, she's all plugged in and put back together. I do believe there's a clog somewhere, but the power on it works fine. So I just need to service it and it'll be good to go, and then I could sell it on to somebody else. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more.